Hey guys, welcome back to Season 3 here at Chesnoid FC. Rhymed and it wasn't necessarily supposed to. Apologies for no video yesterday, as you will have seen on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, subtle plug down below. We had an electrician in yesterday, so power was on and off and drilling and all sorts, etc. So I wasn't able to make a video. We're back today. Apologies for that. There was a My Player up on the Facebook because I pre-recorded that. Obviously, I was waiting for your feedback for this save before I could record any more with regards to potential transfers, which hopefully there may be a few today. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save. Thank you so much for well over 2,000 likes yesterday. I asked for 3K as a target, which was astronomically unrealistic. And you still managed to smash over 2,200. So if we could hit 2K again today, be amazing. Please do hit that like button if you're enjoying this save. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. Oh, one other thing to mention, link in the description down below. Twitch tonight, stream, Football Manager 2022 beta is out. We'll be starting a save at Chelsea on FM this evening. Don't miss it. When full launch comes on the 9th of November, we'll be starting a brand new save on the full game at Cambridge. All highlights of which, both beta and full game, will be going live on the second YouTube channel. Link down below to Chesnoid Plays. Right, all of that out of the way. Let's crack on, shall we? They're not the best of starts on the field so far this season, but you can see I've taken on board a number of your suggestions here. Thank you for all of the Asian-based player suggestions as well. Thank you. A number of you suggesting actually the same handful of players. Obviously, it's a smaller pool of players, but the board were after 2 Asian players this season, so we shall hopefully be able to get that done. I do need to have a quick look through the free agents. I got about halfway through last time I was having a browse. There are a couple of players in there, like Alphonse Areola, that are super high rated, but probably pretty unrealistic for me to sign on a free. They certainly would sign for a higher caliber of team. I can't go out and sign an 84 rated goalkeeper for free in the Championship. That's a bit much, I think. But for now, we're going to progress forward, wait for those scout reports to come in. We'll see if we end up getting bids for any other players. Obviously, we've already lost Kakachi, but thankfully, we were able to replace him with Iago in that same player exchange deal. So I'm going to go and have a look at the free agents and just finish off browsing through those. If there's anyone else I can add to that list, I will show you them. But for now, that'll be it for this intro section, and we'll press forward with the beginning of the season. Obviously, Sunderland are new up to the division from League One again. Not Reading, that's Swansea. Reading beat me in the playoff final, and they're in the Premier League, bastards. Swansea were up challenging for playoff spot last season. I'm not sure which 2 games we'll play today. In a transfer window, we always tend to play 2. Obviously, Portsmouth is the cup anyway, so we'll sim that. We'll probably sim Bristol City away too. Right, I'll just cut and you'll see me in a moment. I've had a bid for Philip Roth of 1.7 million, which I'm quite happy to just accept straight off the bat. We've also had a £6 million bid for Amadou from Fenerbahce. Now, it's not, I wouldn't say, an absolute one of those must sell, although Amadou is starting to age, and perhaps we should be looking to sell him on sooner rather than later, but I'm not going to let him go for a pittance. 30 years of age, if you look at the way that Uwe Martin has continued to grow and hold his rating, I think we can probably ask for upwards of £8 million. No, they're not going to pay 8.5. They only negotiated once. I'm not that fussed about that. We do have the a number of centre-backs as options on the shortlist and some free agents now as well. But I'd rather keep Amadou as my starting centre-back alongside Uwe Martin for this season and then look to move him on. Fenerbahce is obviously an upward step, but it's not like as big as Ajax, for example, which is why we accepted the Kakachi deal, or straight off the bat, or like were super willing to negotiate without really too much fuss. Fenerbahce is a side we could probably have a little bit of back and forth with before really deciding whether we should let the player go or not. And turns out we couldn't agree a deal anyway. I'm not going to let one of my, well, literally my starting centre back leave for anything other than a transfer fee that I'm happy with. Lucero has gone out on loan to Trabzonspor. Roth has been sold to Open, and we've had a bid from Wolfsburg. VfL Wolfsburg of £18 million for Tyrese Campbell. Now, yes, Wolfsburg are Bundesliga, but I don't believe they finished that highly in the Bundesliga. And I think I can justify rejecting that. I think I can justify rejecting that, so I will. Right, Bristol City away. We'll quickly sim this one as we're looking to get some transfer deals done as soon as possible. Ooh, that one's a bit hard to take. I'm not sure about that. Bristol City 2-1 victors of us. That's quite frustrating, actually. Interest being shown in Ritsu Duan from Valencia for 28.5 million. You're probably not going to get Ritsu Duan if he's going to be going to a side like Valencia. Right, let me just go and sort my starting lineup out, and then we can sim this game against Portsmouth, because obviously I'm going to rotate the team quite heavily for the Carabao Cup. Chance for the new kit. Thank you for the feedback on the new kits, by the way. Rachel and Alfie were delighted, obviously, that their kits were selected, and you guys had a very positive reaction, especially to this away kit, which was great. Thank you for that. I'm sure Rachel very much appreciated it. Side rotated. I've noticed in sorting the side out, we actually are quite short of players in central midfield. I really don't have that many options. Tyrese Campbell off the bench to get the third before they pulled one back there, Portsmouth. So certainly central midfield looks like an area we need to look to strengthen in, even without losing a player. Now, I do have a player on my shortlist that I'm particularly keen on. He's currently actually down as a striker. That's Randy Nteka. Now, if you look at his stats, he looks like he'd be a really decent centre mid. Volleys is 77, penalties is 75, curve is 60. As an all-round centre mid with decent short passing, decent ball control, his finishing's not exceptional, so he's not definitively absolutely a striker. And his physicals are great. Not that expensive. Randy Nteka could definitely be a go-to central midfielder, I believe. Other centre mids we have on the list are a couple of free agents. Max Meyer, Maggiore, Kovarik, Guzzo, Fagioli, and a couple of, or a CDM as well, in Yuta Nakayama, sorry. So I'm waiting for scout reports on all of those guys, but definitely am going to look to sign a centre mid at some point in the not too distant future in this save, regardless of whether we lose anyone from our starting 11 or not, because quite frankly, I need the numbers. And I've got some scout reports back, an offer from Nice for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now, Nice are a European playing side in France. I'm going to have to negotiate this. I would like upwards of 35. But, I mean, 30 million is a lot anyway. I'll ask for 35. They may just accept that straight off the bat. 30.2. If they don't accept 33.5, then I will just accept whatever bid they come in with after that. They'll pay 33.5. Well, it's like Ainsley Maitland-Niles might be on his way, provided he agrees contract terms with Nice. Now, we definitely do need a lot of central midfield signings. We'll sim this game against Luton. May well be Ainsley Maitland-Niles' last game for the club. And we have our first points of the league season. Gilbert off the bench to grab a goal. Aronson getting one from the left-hand side of our front three as well. 3 points on the board for the first time in the Championship. Very much welcome. Up to a lofty 16th place in the league now. Hopefully we can get something done between now and the Swansea game with regards to more scout reports, I hope. Maitland-Niles has now been sold, so that is done. Now, I have had a scout report come back on Max Meyer, who was 75 rated and looked pretty decent. It's only 5'8", 7'8", but his physicals are okay. Obviously, his strength is a bit lacking, and his overall sprint speed isn't amazing, but acceleration-wise, he's okay. And technically, he's decent. And as a squad player, he would be very good. So, signing him initially, obviously, to go straight into the starting lineup because we've just lost Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but Max Meyer will initially come in and start, but hopefully be a squad player moving forward. They're happy with important. Offer him as long a deal as I possibly can. He wants 3. They'll accept 4 because I'll counter it. And he's on... Well, he wants about 35. He recommends 38,000 pounds. I'll offer him 30 because a lot of the time that recommended wage is a lot higher than it needs to be. And we've offered 30k and they've accepted. So that's that deal done. Now, I'm waiting for a few more scout reports to come back, but especially now that we've lost Maitland-Niles, I think I am just going to go out and try and get Randy Nteka and try and bring him in from Vallecano and retrain him as a centre mid because I think he's going to be great there. He's got potential supposedly to get up to about the early 80s, like 81, 82, and that's before dynamic potential kicks in. So I'm quite happy to pay up to about 22, 23 million pounds for him. I'll pay that. 22.6 I'll absolutely pay for Randy and Tekka, and hopefully he'll agree wages as well. Currently on not that much, but fingers crossed we can get a deal signed for not a massive amount. We probably want import. He can have import, and that's not a problem. I'll offer him like 25 grand a week. Probably be about bang on. No release clause, thank you very much. Unless 32 they've asked for. I'll remove the bonus, and he can have 32 then. 33. Oh, okay, 33 it is. 33 it is. There you go. Signing made. Another player in, and I am going to retrain him as a centre mid. Now, I'm just going to put those two on the and Tekka onto the bench, and then immediately Max Mayer in there, and then Brereton can come in for Gilbert. Right, time to go and play our first game of the day. That being Swansea away from home. Swansea's 11. Pedro Cardenas in goal. Michael Obafemi and Joel Pirro will be their two strikers. They're playing 5 at the back, I believe, with Ncham, Grimes and Walsh in the middle. Yes, indeed they are. Manning will be pushing forward on the left. Similarly, De Rosa on the right. I think we got a decent result last time we played Swansea, didn't we? The first time I'm playing in this. Actually, I really like it as well. Well, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have selected it. Away kit. Hopefully, we can do it proud. Sick kit, sick result, hopefully. Max Mayer's debut, of course. Hoping that he can, at least partially for the time being, fill the void left by Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Although they are going to be big boots to fill because he was a great player for us. Certainly Aronson is going to have to do better than that if we're going to cause Swansea any defensive problems. Diaz into Tyrese Campbell. And back to Amadou. Oh, given away. Obafemi steals it. And Pirro knocks that back to Obafemi, who sliced his shot wide. Chance for Swansea there. I'm surprised Pirro played that pass quite so early, to be honest. They had the opportunity to get in behind me there. Iago forward to Aronson, and we weren't good enough at all against Coventry in the first game of the season. First played game of the season, that is. And then we subsequently obviously lost our next game. First one we had today in a sim. So we haven't started the season brightly, but it is a long season in the Championship, and certainly one that I hope we can have a successful campaign in. Promotion is an absolute must this year, I feel. Otherwise, my job really will be in rather large threat. Or under rather large threat. Back there to Ncham. Pirro and Ncham. This is really good from Swansea again. Their possession play has been excellent in this game so far. Of course, when they came up to the Premier League under Roberto Di Matteo, was it Di Matteo? They came up to the Premier League under, or it might have been Roberto Martino. Oh, I can't remember. They come up when they first came up to the Premier League, when they had Michu. They kind of worked their way to the Premier League through the Championship from League One and into the Premier League with a heavy impetus on really good possession play, and they're kind of playing a similar way here today, Swansea City. But we're holding them at bay so far. Even though we haven't had the chance to really threaten at the other end yet. As soon as we do pick up the pace offensively, I'm sure we'll start to cause them problems too, but evidently the pace offensively isn't there yet. I can't even play a 5-yard pass at the moment and find a teammate, let alone actually build a chance for a shot on goal. As soon as the defender missed it, as soon as the first defender missed it, you just knew it was going to end up in the back of the net. It's happened a couple of times now, where a defender has waved a leg across like that, and they just haven't gotten there. Either they've got their foot to the ball and then moved it back, or and it always seems to be Uwe Martin as well. Regardless, 1-0 Swansea, fuck my life. Pirro through the gap, looking for Michael Obafemi. He is absolutely rapid. He doesn't quite have the angle for the shot, but he's going to find a teammate who does. But Walsh can't find the target. Swansea starting the second half on the front foot again. Not found our stride this season, let alone this game, in the played fixtures. Again, struggling against a 5-back formation to really cut them apart. Nicely around the corner here to Ben Brereton Diaz. And I see the man at the back post, which is who we'll look for. And there's an equaliser. Brendan Aronson. There you go. We found a way through at last. And the way through is around. From one wide man all the way to the back post to the other, we have ourselves an equaliser down in South Wales. Lovely. Now, one more, please. Put it to the man on the edge of the box. Oh, brilliant save by Cardenas. Riley McGree on his left foot was trying to find the far corner and couldn't quite do it, but brilliant stop. They're making a change. It was Pirro goes off up top and Joseph comes on for him. Ferguson will deliver this corner. It's decent enough. Ben Brereton with the header, but it's well over the top of the bar. But we are certainly now starting to turn the screw up top. Aronson is shattered, so we'll bring Hyde on. I'm actually now training Nteka as a cam, not a centre mid. Centre mid, for some reason, said 71 weeks, and cam was 30. I think it's probably because his just joined us and his form isn't that great. So that gap will certainly drop, but it means that I can drop Riley McGree into a centre mid role, and hopefully Nteka can grow in that cam role and be pretty decent. He's got okay dribbling stats. Ball control is 78, dribbling is 74. Riley McGree is 78 and 85 actually, but still, Nteka is going to be playing up top at cam and at centre mid for us throughout the course of this save. So let's see what he's all about, shall we? Driven into Joseph and looking at wide. It's going to go over the top of Iago's trying to deal with it. Oh, that burst of pace from De Rosa was really nice, and he slowed up and he's got the support inside here. Grimes. Huv Martin does get a block on it this time. And they've got a corner. They're going to make one final change. They are Walsh going off for them. And a change in their midfield with Jay Fulton coming on. They also made another change to their front line, taking Michael Obafemi off a moment ago as well. That happened in a highlight that you won't see. It's Whittaker, I think, that's come on for him. Here's Grimes looking for Whittaker again. Defender tried to dangle a leg. Couldn't get there. Keeps! Some of the new goalkeeping animations. Not sure. We've boosted our goalkeeper ability, obviously, for the adjusted sliders, but still, some of... Like, that choice of animation is just odd to me. I don't know whether you guys agree, but that's just... He's fallen over before the ball's even got there, and he's not actually dived towards it. He's gone with his... Even though the ball's at waist height, he's gone with his leg first. I'm not sure about these new goalkeeping animations they've added in. A lot of them, in the right scenario, would be good, but it's just not picking them at the right time. We're going to lose this game now, more than likely. So another bit of dodgy goalkeeping. Maybe I just need a higher rated goalkeeper. Maybe that's now the case. Obviously, Zach Carr, 75, or 73, up to 76 rated, previously was good enough, and now perhaps... to take that next step on and get a better goalkeeper on the next level, we do now need, with these changes to the goalkeepers in the latest patch, we need a higher rated keeper. Perhaps so. Doesn't make conceding goals like that any less frustrating, though. We're going to lose here away from home against Swansea, and I thought we defended hard enough and well enough to earn a point. I think he's offside there, Fortes. He wasn't, you know. Play continues, but that'll be game. Frustrating defeat that I don't really feel like we deserved. We defended well enough for the majority of the game, but it is only one that we shall get. Annoyingly, never mind. Back to the drawing board. Made a decision with what we're doing lineup-wise. Changing things around a little bit. Alvarez is going to now play central. McGree will be my central midfield partner alongside Ferguson, meaning that Mayer will drop to the bench. I think that's probably the right thing to do. A number of the centre mid options that were on the shortlist, as per your suggestion, and from the free agents list, are just not good enough, quite frankly. And I don't really have that many options for central midfielders now. So what I'm going to look to do is look for a winger instead and bring Alvarez central and then move McGree back. And that way we do have another central midfielder. I can also potentially play... or try and change Devon Wrench to a centre mid because he has some decent stats for that position with good passing, etc. Or maybe even try and sign Sugawara and change him to a centre mid, although he certainly would suit more being a right back, although there's probably not too much difference actually, and he's not that expensive, although apparently his team won't sell him at AZ Alkmaar, so there goes that idea. Brilliant. Waiting for a full scout report back on Ko Itakura, but it looks like he could be a very good loan go-to. Ferro as a potential centre-back replacement as well might be okay, although I don't know how much pressing football he's going to be getting at Newcastle. And Kim Min-jae looks like he's going to be very good, but I I did use him at Mallorca last year, so I might try and sign and play with someone else before I then potentially go for Kim Min Jae. With regards to wide roles, we could look to loan Minamino, who would be very good. I could even play Minamino at cam and still use Alvarez out wide, if he'd be willing to come to me. Grady Diangana is now probably genuinely an option, now that he's at championship level as well, as West Brom got relegated last year. Jaden Braff is someone that intrigues me. He has really good potential that hasn't yet even remotely been met. At 72 rated, he still has so much growth left in him, but at the minute, I'm kind of leaning towards Franjo, as a Serbian. I don't know how to pronounce that really. Kasun or Kasun, again, not sure. But he's so quick, really agile, great balance. Technically, for a wide player, looks good enough. Would certainly need some work, but with regards wide options, there are a number here that I could look to try and bring in that would add to the squad. Grady Diangana is kind of the ready-made replacement, isn't he? Like, he already has the short passing, etc. that Kasun doesn't. And even though there's only one difference in overall, certainly Grady Diangana is the better player. So I might try and get Diangana. We'll wait and see what Minamino looks like. I don't think they'd let me loan him, would they? Not going to let me loan Minamino. And 80 grand a week is a big no-no already, but I don't think if I was in the Prem, I could probably justify transferring Minamino, but I don't think I can get away with that with the position we find ourselves in as a club right now. So I'm going to look for a wide player, and I might try and get Grady Diangana in. So let's see if they'll negotiate for Grady Diangana, and that could be a good option for us out wide. I'll offer 20 million, and we'll see if West Brom are open to that. They want Brendan Aronson. Well, that is an absolute no. So let's try again, shall we? How about 22 million? I would only want to pay cash. They'll accept 22 million. Grady Diangana is on his way in, meaning I will probably change Ben Brereton to a striker, I would imagine. Oh, I'm not sure how much he's going to be on wage-wise. I'm not sure I actually looked. Current wage is 35. I'm quite happy to give him 35 grand a week. Obviously, it's a lot for championship level, but we are effectively a Premier League side trying to get their way back up to that level. So I'll offer him what he's currently on, and we'll see if they'll accept that. Which they should do, and they're open to it, and there's minimal bonuses as well. So let's get that deal done. And Grady Diangana should hopefully slot straight into the starting lineup on the right-hand side of our front three. So that, I think, is another very good deal for the club. Does mean that Leo Hyde now falls out of favour, but having him as an option, as a backup option, is still very good for us, I think. Right. I still want another centre mid, I think. Well, I've got three now. I've got Gash, Mayer and Woods that can all play in central areas. Woods probably can't play at centre mid. He can't. Gash, I might just change to a centre mid from CDM. I think we're all right for now. I don't know as I'm going to go out on my way to do anything else, unless, of course, we get bids for players, which obviously would see us want to change again. We'll quick sim Cardiff. We'll play Sunderland at the end of the month. We will beat Cardiff by a goal to nil, thanks to Tyrese Campbell. We've got a cup game now coming up against Nottingham Forest, so unless there's anything else to bring to you transfer-wise, which there is, although it's minimal, McGee, who we're trying to get rid of, going to Almeria. Fingers crossed. Right. Nottingham Forest in the Cup next. An Iago transfer offer. I've literally just signed him, so no thank you. Right, side rotated, and I do need another centre-back as well. We have some young players at the club in the youth squad. We win on pens against Nottingham Forest. The Carabao Cup run continues. We do have some, not amazing, admittedly, but some half-decent players in the youth setup currently. Like I say, they're not incredible, but 6'6" for Gianluca Moretti, and he can play anywhere supposedly, but certainly looks like a centre-back. De Sanctis is growing, but still not massively fast, and Di Stefano is also growing, but not massively fast. They have great potential. but they're still a long way from it. And I can't call Moretti up, actually, so I think I'm going to have to sign a centre-back as well. We do have a number of options on our shortlist. Now, Minamino is 76 rated. I just don't think I can justify that from Liverpool as a permanent. Kim Min-jae, 78 rated. Fenerbahce, Ferro. Now, I don't... Oh, he's 79 rated, though. I don't know is he's going to be getting that much first-team football at Newcastle, but I'd have to have a look at their squad, if that's even a possibility, to find out if he's any good. Nakai just isn't good enough. And Kota Takura, 78 rated, definitely won't be getting first-team football at Manchester City. That could be a good loan opportunity if they might potentially let me have him on loan, which they won't. But I could probably buy him. He absolutely is not going to get first-team football at Manchester City at 78 rated, is he? Not even close to it. So let's sign him and then try and get him to the Premier League next season. 14.2. That's fine, Pep. It's absolutely fine by me, Mr. Guardiola. Thank you very much indeed. Right. What's he going to want a week? Because I imagine at Manchester City he was on a lot. Yikes. Indeed he was. £83,000. Holy moly. Right. Well, I mean, he's going to be important and or crucial. If he wants crucial, he can have it, but they're happy with important. I'll counter and get 4 years out of him if we can. And wage-wise, give me an idea, please. Quite happy with no release clause. This is going to be tough, because I'm going to have to play through the nose here. I'll offer 60. It's a lot for a Championship player, and they're willing to negotiate 60 with a signing bonus. So it's a big signing. That is one of the biggest signings we've made. I don't know why my supposed Lanke was having problems. What's going on there? Iwata could still be a good, decent option as a squad player. Yes, I know my LAN cable is connected. Go away. Jahanbakhsh is a no. Minamino is a no. Kasuna's now signed for Torino. But stop! I'm going to have to go and sort that out, I think. I might go for Iwata as well. Or just to bulk the squad out, perhaps. I think that's going to be... That's definitely going to be Amadou out of the starting lineup, though, for Itakura. He's going to come in and start. Oh, I might. I think I should probably go and try and sign that young Japanese centre-back as well. That would be another Asian tick for the board. Let me see if that's... Yeah, one of two. Okay, well, let's go and sign him then. Let's go and sign Iwata. He's 26, 73 rated. It's going to be a good, just purely as a squad player, as a cheap squad player, and it will tick the thing for the board as well. And then that's us basically done for now. And we've still got enough money for January. Harvey Gilbert. You know what? Now that we've bought Grady Diangana and Randy Nketiah in, yes, I'm happy for that. And he saves me some money too. What's he on a week? £8,600. That's certainly negotiable. Right, this should be good then. I think that's probably... At the minute, that's definitely me done for this summer transfer window. We do have the game against Sunderland still to come, so stick with me. But we'll agree a pretty simple deal here for Tomoki Iwata. And that, just give him 10, and they'll just probably accept that. And they want 18. Oh. Sure, fine, whatever. We've got plenty of cash for a championship level side. Jonas Vind has been on my shortlist for ages now, but I still don't really feel like I need a striker with all the players we brought in, and now we don't need a winger either. Unfortunately, even though he looks like he's going to be really good in the future, Braff, he's not on my radar for now. Right, so Sunderland at home coming up next. Fiorentina a bid for Tyrese Campbell. Am I now going to be needing a striker? Fiorentina, big Serie A side. If they'll pay upwards of 30, they can have him. But I would be gutted to see Tyrese Campbell and Maitland-Niles leave in the same window. Try and get them to negotiate up. Right, okay. This is going to significantly change the way that the squad lines up if he goes now, Tyrese Campbell. And I don't really have any striking options on my shortlist. This is going to take a little bit of thought power, I think. Sunderland then, Lee Burke in goal for them. Ross Stewart up top. Alex Pritchard presumably in a cam role. Luke 09 still wearing the captain's armband. Yes, a 4-2-3-1 with Pritchard at cam. Winchester at right back, 09 at centre mid. They've come up from the Championship, but I don't actually know where in the league they are, Sunderland. This is going to be, presumably, provided he agrees contract terms, Tyrese Campbell's last game for us as well. Which is a shame, but such are the prices paid for not getting an instant promotion back to the Premier League. We've lost, or are losing, 2 of our best players. Agree. Try and a little bit of play action, misdirection. Grady Diangana in on his left. Grady Diangana shot blocked. Oh, and Aronson just wouldn't quite lock on the ball for me, unfortunately. The opportunity to take a 1-0 lead. Sadly not taken yet. Possession has been even and a minimal amount of shots. None on target to this point. It's a tough game, this one, against Sunderland. Side with aspirations of getting back to the big time. Similar to us. It just went all the way back down to League One before trying to get back up. Hopefully it's not something we encounter going all the way down to League One, but this is certainly a more realistic, in fact more of a Football Manager style FIFA save at the moment, with the nature of the way that the campaign has gone. Tried to clear that and he just didn't. Good save by Zach Carr, but he couldn't hold on to it. Sunderland have the first shot on target of the game. Grady Diangana into Lewis Ferguson. Tyrese Campbell is going. I'm not going to get the chance to play him though. 0-0 at the break. Stewart out to O'Brien. He's done me there with a little stop and go, but Devon Wrench tracks back. Corner for Sunderland at the start of the second half. Tyrese Campbell on near post duty. All delivered in, and it's towards a really tall man. Alvarez might get to that. He's not going to. Higgins will find Doyle. Space out wide here for Winchester. Forward from right back. Space on the edge of the box for 09. Oh, I couldn't quite get there. Huggins could shoot. Well, intercepted by Riley McGree, but it falls back to Winchester. Huggins has options, as does Winchester. Uwe Martin in the way. Oof. A wave. A yellow wave at the beginning of this second half from Sunderland in this away kit. Tyrese Campbell's header's not amazing, but if we can win that one, which we can't, we could have nodded it down to Alvarez and gone on a counter into Alex Pritchard. Back, driven well wide by Huggins. All the pressure there, Sunderland, and they can't make it pay, and they're making a change. O'Brien going off, and I'm not too sure who their number 11 is coming on off the bench. It's Lyndon Gooch. That's a ping. Nicely done. Ripple of applause from the crowd, also showing their appreciation for that. Riley McGree will look to play through Tyrese Campbell. Can he get a goal or an assist in his farewell match? Maybe. I just needed to hold the ball up a little bit better there, and we could have worked something. Haven't clicked offensively at all, really, in today's episode, have we? Nice interception by Iago. Forward to Tyrese Campbell. Oh, trying to get it through the gap. Oh, can't get it down the line either. Sunderland defending exceptionally well here. They're making a late change. I'm not going to, in the hope that we can just force something here with who we have on the field. Come on. I'll pull that back. And Lewis Ferguson draws a good save out the goalkeeper, and they'll scramble it away. That's the late chance we were waiting for, but their goalkeeper on hand to make a good stop, and we won't win it. They could on the counter here if Stewart can find his teammate, and if he's onside out wide there, Lyndon Gooch. Good block by Devon Wrench. That might sit up for us to keep in play. It's sat up for them to keep in play, and it will either be a Sunderland winner or a 0-0 draw now. And it may well be a Sunderland winner. No, Carr to punch around the corner. It still could be a Sunderland winner. They make one final change. Diamond on for Timothy Anderson. I'm glad to see the back of him. Away, please. Ferguson's up well. It's going to be a 0-0 draw against Sunderland. Our first point from a played game. We've drawn 1 and lost 2 in our played games. Now, I have reported that, by the way. The fact that my home fans are wearing a black kit with the lightning bolts, not a blue one. Don't really understand why they're doing that. You can see there's a perfect example of it. I'll take a screenshot there so I can show it to the devs. Right. That was a really slow, difficult game. But we got at least a clean sheet, which is more than I've done so far this season in a played game. And we should only have conceded one against Swansea. Tyrese Campbell not going to score on his farewell day. I mean, he might not agree terms with Fiorentina, but I imagine he will. Not scoring on his farewell day, meaning that I think, well, even though we signed Randy and Teka to potentially sign as a centre mid, he actually is probably going to become my go-to striker for the time being. Ben Brereton Diaz will still be on the bench, and Teka will come in at striker, meaning that Hyde can actually find his way back onto the bench again. Right, do let me know if you have any suggestions for a new striker, because I'm not sure Randy. He may be a revelation at striker this year, and he might be an immediate hit with regards to replacement for Tyrese Campbell, but I don't know. So do let me know any suggestions you have for striker that we could potentially look into in January, because we are going to have a decent amount of money to spend in that window should we need to. And judging by how we've started this season, as ever, slow start and building hopefully towards a challenge, whether that be a relegation survival challenge as it was in the Premier League, or a promotion challenge as it was last season. Hopefully we can keep ourselves in and around the playoffs and all those automatic spots for the majority of the season. Right then, transfer deadline day. Biggest deals of this window so far. Aymeric Laporte from Manchester City to Juventus for £122 million. Also seen Martin Odegaard go from Arsenal to Everton for £113 million. And Paul Pogba has finally left Manchester United and gone to Real Madrid for £98.5 million. They have replaced him with Luis Alberto for 44.8. De Ligt has gone to Liverpool for 91.8, and Leroy Sané has gone from Bayern to Atleti for 89.5. There are some big deals going through in this transfer window for us and for others. Rossi goes to Lille for £37 million. I've had a loan to buy bid from Benfica for Ben Brereton. What? No. I don't expect us to do much else. Danny Ings has gone back to Southampton for £18.5 million, which is intriguing. Guendouzi from Arsenal to Getafe, permanent move for him. We'll wait and see if there are any other large deals to go through, but there's a lot of transfer business, evidently, happening at the moment. Christensen on Yukuru's now gone from Olympiacos to River Plate. We've had a bid for Darnell Fisher and a bid for, Devin Wrench. Right, Darnell Fisher we will reject. Arsenal have come in for Devin Wrench. I can't really turn that down, can I? We are going to lose 3 of our best players. But as we say, that is the penalty for not getting promoted last year. They've bid 40. I can't really play too hardball, can I? £45 million for a championship right back. That's that done, which means I will have to go and sign that. Please don't tell me you signed for someone else in this window. Sugawara. Oh, they won't sell him though, will they? Shit. Right. I need a right back. And I've got 6 hours to find one. What I've done is I've had a look through the league that we're in, the Championship, and the only 2 real options are Ryan Niam of Bristol City, formerly of Blackburn Rovers, and Ivan Masson. It's not. It's Masson. It's an S sound, isn't it? I think Masson at West Brom. So, and Niam, Bristol City won't sell. So, Ivan looks like he's going to be coming in. He looks like he's a capable player, and I had a look on FIFA, and he looks decent and could grow well. They want Riley McGree. Yeah, good luck. I will have to probably pay through the nose because it's transfer deadline day and they'll want quite a bit of money. 17.5. Ain't got much choice. Masson is going to come in. He's on 24.5 grand a week, and we will have West Bromwich Albion's presumably previous right-hand side as our new right-hand side. Again, penance for getting relegated, losing 2 of your players, but we've had a similar scenario. No release clause is fine by me. Wage-wise, he's on 24.5. I will offer him 27. And maybe they'll accept a pay rise. Indeed, they do. So we have a new right back. As we expect Devon Wrench to leave us. I can't wait around for Devon Wrench to be sold. Like, he's going to accept Arsenal's contract offer, isn't he? There is not any shadow in doubt of that. So, £1 billion now spent on transfer deadline day. Wrench, sold, gone. Norwich have bid for Brendan Aronson. They've just come down from the Premier League. They're in our division, so I will reject that. West Brom quite easily could have rejected my bids for Grady Diangana and Masson, but you can see Masson looks pretty decent. It's not too dissimilar from the Japanese guy we were looking at. Good pace, decent stamina at 81, okay dribbling and ball control, etc. So should be good on the ball. Decent enough in the tackle, but obviously we'll put. In fact, what I'll need to do is go through and add development plans to all of our new signings. Still, the biggest deals are the three as you saw them, or as I told you. You probably can't see them because I'm in the way. Pablo Fornals has just gone to Inter Milan for £42 million, and Devon Wrench has now gone to Arsenal for £45 million. Jeez! £1.5 billion spent on transfer deadline day. Leon Goretzka, £109.8 million. Bayern Munich to Barcelona. Wow. Another big deal, surely. £1.7 million spent in one day, let alone one window, in one day. So we have made a lot of money, actually. We spent £77.8 million, but we've only been able to do that because we made 126. We lost Tyrese Campbell. We lost Kakachi. We lost Maitland-Niles. We lost Devon Wrench. 4 of our starting lineup have been poached. We have, however, picked up some good players as replacements. Not as good, but replacement players nonetheless. And we still have loads of money to spend in January should we need to. Probably when we need to. Our side is still good, but we are weaker than we were. I think you'd agree in saying that we're weaker than we were, but still, we have a side that should be capable of challenging for promotion. £1.7 million spent on deadline day is just ridiculous. That, I think, is the biggest transfer deadline day I've ever had. It's outrageous. So, the biggest deals in the window. Rick Astley. Don't tell me his name is actually Rick. Oh, it's Ryan. Rick Astley. Getting Rick-rolled. We were Rick-rolled in the transfer window. Laporte, Odegaard, Goretzka and Pogba you've seen, and De Ligt, Vlasic. 90 million from West Ham to Real Madrid. Leroy Sané we've seen. Camavinga from Real Madrid to Napoli. They've sold him on. Mikel Merino's gone to Liverpool. Wilfred Ndidi to Arsenal. Noni Madueke is in the Premier League now, as Doku's moved around in league. Donny van der Beek has finally got a move away from Manchester United. Hopefully Atletico Madrid treat him with a little bit more respect. Christopher Nkunku has gone to Real Sociedad. Daniel Marlon to Man United, as we saw earlier on in the window. Maxence Kakare to Mönchengladbach. De La Cruz has come in at Leeds. Gerson has gone to Milan from Marseille. Kamara's in the Premier League now. Nunez at Aston Villa. Anu Hlozek has gone to Hertha Berlin. Leon Bailey to Bayern Munich. It's their Leroy Sané replacement, presumably. Patson Daka to Dortmund. Jonathan David to Leipzig, Estupiñán to Spurs, Riyad Mahrez to Napoli, Christian Romero to Real Madrid, Botman, Abraham from Roma to Villarreal. Timmy Abraham was available actually in the transfer window as a free agent, but I elected against it. Dennis Zakaria to Roma. Moise Kean has gone to Atletico Madrid for 50 million. Everton to Leipzig. Emerson to Barcelona, back. Immobile to Liverpool. Toni Kroos to Inter Milan. Akanji's gone to Leipzig. Giovanni Reina to Real Sociedad. Pedro Neto to Juve. Kurt Zuma to Leeds. Jesus Christ. Lisandro Martinez to Real Madrid from Ajax. Solis has gone to Wolfsburg from Norwich. Wrench, as we saw, obviously we're involved in. Nabil Fekir to Everton. Angel Correa to Inter. And Rafa Mir to... Is Rafa, right? Rafa Mir to Borussia Dortmund. What a window. What a deadline day. What a season we have set up in store for us. Big month of September. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 league games in there and a cup game. But obviously we'll have simmed the cup game anyway, so we'll play 3, sim 3 next month, and then obviously it will be a bit more straightforward until we get to a very busy December. So the league form has taken a back seat at the moment. It's still early doors, obviously, and we haven't been as good as we know we can be. I've not been as good as we know that I can be as well. We are currently 4 points off the playoffs, and 7 points off the automatic promotion spots. Certainly not overcomable at this early stage. Right, thank you very much for watching, boys. Do drop today's video a like if you're enjoying this save. That was a hell of a transfer window. Thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, links in the description down below. Make sure you go and follow the Facebook page for the My Player Save. Another video of that is out today as well. Deary me. Right. I'm going to go and record the next episode and hopefully fire ourselves up the table. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.